Hello and welcome to cloud computing tutorial of our certified DevOps engineer live retraining program. Today we dive into a topic that's critical to tomorrow's workflow. Now let's see the agenda. We will start with all the fundamentals of cloud computing in this chapter. Next, we will get hands-on. In this chapter, we will learn how to create and configure cloud resources step by step. The resources you must know that we will see in this chapter. Finally, we will wrap it all up with a real-world project that shows how cloud computing resources come together in action. In this, we will deploy a multi-tier web app in a cloud. All right, let's kick things off with chapter 1. First thing first, what is cloud computing? So, cloud computing is the delivery of IT resources such as servers, storage, database, networking, software, and other things via the internet. Whatever resources you are going to use or you use, so you pay according to the uses of the resources. So think of it as a renting electricity instead of operating power plant. Now that we understand what cloud computing is, let's explore how it's deployed to various business needs. There are three main types of cloud deployment model. First one is public cloud, second private cloud, and the third one is hybrid cloud. In public cloud model, resources are shared among multiple user, multi-tenant, AWS, GCP, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure Cloud. These are the public cloud. As we move forward, we will see these are more in depth, in detail. Okay, for now, it's a public cloud. It means where the resources are shared among multiple users. Next one is private cloud. A private cloud is dedicated to a single organization. It can be hosted on-site or by a third-party provider, but here the important thing to note is the infrastructure is not shared with any other user. That's why it is called private cloud. And the third one is a hybrid cloud. The hybrid cloud model blends public as well as the private cloud, allowing data and application to move between them. Each deployment model serves different needs. Choose the right one depends on your organization goal, budget, regulatory requirements. We will come on this later and see what is the actual hybrid means. So let's shift our focus to what these environments actually offer. And that is our next topic, cloud service model. So cloud computing offers different level of services depending on your needs, and these are known as cloud service models. First one is software as a service, also known as SaaS. Then we have platform as a service, that is PaaS, PaaS, or IaaS, as infrastructure as a service. Before we understand this, let's first understand what happened when we have on-prem, okay, or on-site. So if you remember, when we in day one, when we learn about, we were setting up our lab and we discussed about the virtualization. Okay, so it means where we did everything our own. We set up, we had our own laptop, and on top of that we had a host operating system, and then on host operating system we install a hypervisor. In that case we had a virtual box. Okay, so that facilitates the virtualization, and using that we can create virtual machine, right? So that's what we learn in this. So in this, everything is on site. On site, it means whatever application, so you manage, here it mentioned you manage, so you manage networking, storage, servers, virtualization using virtualization software, right? Middleware, runtime, data, application, everything you manage in cloud, on site. Okay, this is what happened when you host it. Okay, or I could also say on site as well as the private cloud. If you have private cloud, in private cloud you do the same thing, because it's a lot of setup when you do everything in on-prem. Okay, so on-site or on-prem. Okay, so remember this, where all these things you have to manage. Consider this as a on-prem or on-site, or in terms of private cloud, you could consider these higher level things you have to manage. Next, cloud service model, or I would say the first cloud service model, is a SaaS, software as a service. SaaS delivers complete software application over the internet. And you could see service provider manages. This color coding represents like this. So you simply log in and use the software. Everything else is managed by the provider. Okay, so everything, it means networking, storage, servers, virtualization, operating system, middleware, runtime, application data, everything is managed by the service provider. So think of it as a any customer relationship management software, right? Or Google Drive. You log in and you start putting the files over there. Similarly, Microsoft Office 365, that is also one of the example, right? So those kind of application, or any application which you are going to use and where you really don't need to think about all any of this. Okay, so in short term, I would say SaaS is like you just start using the service. That's it. Okay, so that is one cloud service model. Next, we have PaaS, platform as a service. PaaS provides a ready to use platform for developers to build and deploy application. You focus on writing code while the provider handles the infrastructure and runtime environment. So platform as a service, you could consider more example, right? So for example, you could say you are creating your website. Okay, and after creating a website, you want to host it somewhere. So what you are managing application as well as your own data. So in that case, you could use the hosting provider services and host your website over there. They will manage all of this for you. It's just an example. Second thing, you could consider YouTube. YouTube is a platform as a service which is providing a platform so we can create video, right, and finally upload on that. So similarly, in case of development, is it happens the same, right? So where platform is a service where you only manage your application and data, rest everything is managed by the service provider. And last one, but not least, right? Infrastructure as a service gives you access to core computing resources like virtual machines, storage, networking. Okay, you manage the operating system and application, while the cloud provider handles the physical infrastructure. So if you see, so consider these are all as a layer. So application layer, data layer, runtime, middleware layer, operating system layer, virtualization layer, service layer, storage, and the networking. So in this case, okay, in this case, you are responsible, or you could say when you have to manage your own operating system, where you have to install the operating system, then you install the all the library codes, everything, the runtime, what engine is required. Okay, our engine is required to run your application or your data, everything. If you are responsible or if you are doing, it means you are using, or your cloud service model is IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Okay, otherwise and in this, if you are managing this only, then it's a platform as a service. And SaaS, it's completely you only care about using the things. Okay, you are not really care about any of these things. So these are three cloud service models, and of course that is our primary focus of the day that we are going to learn today in this tutorial. So far in Chapter 1, we have learned what is cloud computing. Okay, so cloud computing is the delivery of IT resources via the internet, and you pay as you go or as you use the resources accordingly. Then we learn about cloud computing models. So we learn about three cloud computing models: public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. And the last one, we learn about cloud service models. And there we had three: software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. So we have covered the foundation. Next is chapter 2. In this chapter, we will move from theory to practical. And in this, we will learn everything step by step to create resources in cloud in real time. So what we will cover in this section, so we will start creating account, I will tell you how you can use the create a free account. Then we will, after creating an account, I will show you how and what are the options available. I'm considering this. You do not have any knowledge. You are accessing your cloud first time. So that's my assumption. If this is not the case, feel free to skip the one and move on to the next part. After that, we will see exploring the services. What are the services are available, how you can access the services. After that, we will launch a virtual machine, and virtual machine is simple, a server in a cloud somewhere, and then we will create storage. Then we will set up a database, and we will assign permissions and rules, and we will, after that, we'll do some resource configuration. And of course, this is one of the important, cloud security. We'll also learn how we can secure our cloud as well. So we will also discuss about the cloud security as well. And whatever resources we are creating on Strap, whenever it comes, I will let you know how you can enhance the security. And all these resources could be created on AWS, GCP, or Azure. But for today's, I have chosen AWS. So we will create all the resources in AWS cloud. So let's roll up our sleeves and dive in, start building in the cloud. So for that, we need to switch to the console. Let's go ahead. All right. So here we have to type aws.amazon.com. This is the URL, or if you want, you could directly also do the search in your favorite search engine. Okay, and here there is an option. If you this is the website, or so first we will I'll guide you through how you could create an account. So here there is an option, get started for free, contact AWS specialist. And here you also have account, create account. So get started for free, click on this, and this will redirect you over here, free tier, create. Then here you have option like this. The website is updated, it's nice. Create a free account. Okay, and before that, I would also like to show you what happened actually. So I guess before 15 July this 2025, the account was different. Okay, the free account was completely different, and now you get, so new customer, right, you get up to, and here there is a condition, up to, not you really won't get 200 credits. What you will get, so new update AWS. Okay, so why I'm telling you, this is just happened on July 2025. In old tutorials you won't find this. Okay, this is the latest update. So new update, sorry, new AWS customer get started at no cost with AWS free trial. Okay, gain 100 USD credit at the sign up. So when you create account, you will get 100 dollar as a credit for your account, and up to 100 USD for more. Okay, so to explore AWS services, it means when you explore more services, then you will be added more $100 more into your account. And I really like this approach. Why? Because this 100 USD, okay, this is for your learning. So once you get account, and then they guide you through, okay, do this thing, do that thing, and we will credit more um, dollars into your account. So that's the for the learning. I like the approach. And also whatever latest services are there, you are forced, okay, indirectly forced to learn those. So that's good for learning. And there are two kind of plan you will get. One is free, I mean, after the login. Okay, there is a and you could see over here, once you log in, you have these two option. So you could explore what you will get over here. So for me, plan type, okay, here you have plan, free plan, and always free. So click on this, apply filter one, and after that you can explore here what are the free services are available in this plan. Okay, so this link is already in the description below. You can use it to learn it about more. Okay, so when you create account, choose the free one. So here, these are the strap. Okay, here you could see root user email address used for account recovery and describe in the AWS privacy notice. If you want to read about it, click over here, then provide the email address. Okay, whatever alias or account name you want to give, put it over here, then verify the email address. After that, you have to verify further details as well. So follow the on-screen instruction. It's very simple. Like you already have your Insta account. Okay, it's similar that procedure. So I already created an account, and so I'm creating like signing into an existing AWS account. Okay, when I click over here, you could see, okay, I'll get this page. So this is one of the way to log in. There is also, when come over here on this screen, okay, there is option sign into console. So console dot it was something URL like this, so it will also lend you the same screen. Okay, and here if you see, we do not have any account ID yet. Okay, either or either. So both this screen, or you will come on this screen. So I'm closing this one. We'll talk about this. So what you have to do, you could type the alias, okay, if you don't have, or here there is an option, click on this. We will also see how we can use it, but for now, sign in as a root user. Okay, and for that you have to give the whatever email ID you have created. Okay, here there are two ways, IAM. So it will again bring you back to this screen. Then you have to provide the alias or account name. Then I am a user. We are going to create that one shortly. So first time we have to log in with the root user. Let's come back once I logged in into the account, and then I come back to this screen. Okay. All right. So I have logged in over here on this screen. Okay. Once you logged in, you will be not able to see this one. Okay, so this is the dashboard. Very first time you log in, let's see what happened. Let me do one thing over here, how you will see actually. So you will see like this, and recently visited, you won't be able to see any because you didn't visit any of the services. Okay, that's why you won't be able to see anything, and the dashboard looks like this. And here on this page, I know maybe if this console, okay, walkthrough, you are familiar with this, so please feel free to skip this for and go ahead. For me, as I said, it's for absolute beginner, and I'm assuming you have logged in first time. Okay, and if you want to visit or refresh your concept, straight right. So this is the home button. Whenever you want to come back on the screen, you can click on this and you will again come back over here. Okay, there is another option. It says my application, all services, and this also this one. And additionally, when you click on this grid icon, you could see there are so many things over here, okay, which is the important, and you will be coming over here several times. So here you could see all applications, all services, and here recently visited, you will see something like this. And when you click on all services, so alphabetically or in alphabetical order, you will see all the services which are available over here. Okay, initially it was something different, and now almost like in 20 years, right, in last decade, they have made lots of changes in the environment. A lot of services has come up. So this is one of the way to access the service. Second thing, if you are interested in particular, so you can click on this analytics, application integration, blockchain, business application, cloud, compute, container. So compute is the one. Okay, you will be interacting a lot. Then you have containers, customer databases, end user, and Internet of Things, machine learning. This is the hot topic nowadays, right? Networking and content. So for this machine learning, you can see Amazon augmented AI, Bedrock. Okay, all these things, Agent Core, Code Guru. There are so many things over here. So take a time to explore about it. And additionally, what you could do if you want to, for example, I'm accessing EC2 several times. Okay, so I have to type something like this. Okay, let me 1 second. Okay, so if you want to search any service, For example, instance or EC2 instance. What is EC2 instance? It's a simple virtual server in a cloud. It is mentioned also here, and these are the top feature. And if you have to see this on this bar, okay, put it here as a star here, just tap it and you could see this EC2 instances appear over here. Okay, similarly, if you want to see about S3 bucket, for example, okay, and S3 buckets are, these are the scalable storage in a cloud, okay, for putting your data or sharing the data. So we will see how we can use this for when we deploy a project. And second thing, if you want to learn about the database, or if you are working most of the time with the database and you want to, or frequently accessing this, so you can do like this. Additionally, if you don't know, so what you could do, click over here, and if you have particular, so click on database and you could see you have database from here, right? I can also put it in a favorite, so I just put like this. And if I am interested in DNS service, okay, route 53, so here we go, we got this, and I put it like this, where I can manage the DNS and domain registration. Okay, and there are others as well, bidding cost, we will see. You can see on this recently visited, I visited so many things, so I will explain how you can do. So whatever is important you are frequently accessing, just mark them as a star over here, so you will be able to see that. Then on this side, if you come over here, this is an important thing, okay, support. It's one of the very important, because if you have to, you will come across any issue, you can directly go ahead and contact the support. Okay, then here we also have settings option. Here we have account details, right? Account organization, service account, billing, and this is the account ID, right? And account color, whatever. Okay, there are so many information over here. So I have explained you where you could see what. Okay, so now let's go ahead and first see, first create the service user. Okay, so for that I will go on IAM, this option I'm accessing, you see IAM service, okay, identity access management. So let's click on this, and if you see, okay, maybe when you first time log in, you would be asked to create multi-factor authentication for root user. Okay, and here you could see this is my root user. So how you could do this, I have explained this step, how you can add a multi-factor authentication to your root account. So simply click on this. Okay, this will lead you to this screen, and after that you could be put like, okay, device name, my device, like this, then select the authenticator app. Okay, and then go to the next. Then after that it is going to ask you to scan the QR code, so which is I'm gonna do. And so I will hide this one, so you have to click on show QR code. So let me just go ahead and scan this QR code. So I'm gonna scan, I have a scan, and then after that I have to put the code over here. Bro. Okay, error occurred, what happened? All right, let me put it again. So we have to put first, then for next wait 30 seconds and enter the second code. So this is the first code. Maybe instead of deleting the previous one, I could provide the another one as well. But anyways, let's remove this. And okay, so now another QR code, sorry, the MFA code, so which is over here, and let's add. So MFA has been enabled successfully, and which I could see over here. So now my account is safe. Okay, and all right, so again, this account is now our root account has successfully secured. Now we will go back to our IAM user group. So for that, again, I'll go, maybe I can type IAM over here. This is also option to go to here, or additionally I can simply click on the dashboard. Okay, and now if I refresh, so root, if you see in this, root user has MFA and root user has no active access key. So always remember, keep your account secure and safe, and especially when you are starting out. So maybe if you accidentally uh, commit the keys of a credential of the account in your GitHub, or so this will be additional layer of security on your account. Okay, so do this. I highly recommend. This would be your very first step to secure your account. All right, so now we have secure your our account. Okay, in this section, okay, we have a lot of things: identity access management, user groups, user role policies, and analyzer. So I don't want to overwhelm you with all of this, so simply click on the users and let's create one admin user. And over here in this, here we have option create user. Okay, so create user is the subcube web app. Okay, so whatever you like, you could do it. I simply just give it a name like this. Okay, let's keep it more simple, the SOQ. So we can easily do it later. Then it says provide user access to AWS management console. So this is the console. You could also say dashboard or account. Okay, so yes, we want to do that in your use case. If you don't want to do that, don't do it. Okay, then if you are interested to create more your custom password, go ahead and do that. I'm happy with auto generated, and use must create a new password at next sign-in. So if you want, like, if you don't want the user, or if you want to force user, okay, for security reason, this is the best practice to ask or force user to reset the password. Okay, for me, I'm fine with the auto generated password, and I'll be using that one. And after that, yes, these are the things which we have to do. Then go ahead and click on the next. Then here you have to set the permission. Okay, it says add a user. You have three things over here: add a user to group, copy permission, attach a policy directly. So it is good practice always. Okay, as we learn also in day one Linux part. Okay, we always, it's better to manage a group instead of user. So you could simply click on this and attach a policy with the user. Okay, let's say administrator. But what happened when this user will move into another team? Okay, so that's why it's better to go for this option. And it says get started with groups, create a group to select policies attached to group over here. So we do not have any group as well, so let me create one group, and I give a name admin. Okay, and AWS administrator access, this one. Okay, over here, and if you click on this plus icon, you will be able to see the actual policies. But initially I would not recommend, or I would not ask you to go in this direction. Initially it's fine, go with the GUI one. Once you have the understanding of the concept, okay, then definitely in future you will be using this thing. These are much easier. Instead of doing all these things as administrator, you are going to write so many policies. So here you have version, statement of access allow, so we are allowing access, right? And here it says action, everything, then resources, all resources. Okay, that's why this is the inbuilt policy we are attaching, and we are attaching this to admin group. Okay, then on this, so we have selected admin, and here we have option create user group. Click on this, come back over here. Now I have to just select and add this user into this group. There are some additional permissions as well. If you click on this, you could find more over here what you want your user will be able to perform. Okay, so let's stick with the admin one at the moment, and later on when you have understanding, okay, then come back over here and explore more. Or if you want me to explore or make a dedicated video on permissions and security, feel free to recommend. Okay, we really appreciate your feedback. Definitely I'll make a video on that. So let's find this one is fine. Click on next, and now You could see the review and create and user details like this. Here, user console password auto generated, and there are so many other stuffs. Okay, if you want, so I'm not let's this keep this as is. Okay, we don't want to add any tags at the moment, and create a user. Once we create a user, we are able to see or the signing console. This one, let me go to next screen and let me put it somewhere. So this is our signing URL, this is our username which I copy. Okay, and third thing is the console password, that is also I'm copying over here. And here, if you see, you have option to download as a CSV. You can also return to the user list, or you can also email the instruction. So in your case, if user, for example, you are just creating a new onboarding a new user, so of course in that case the email address is not possible. Or if it is possible, you can access, I mean, send this one, or you can also have download CSV. Okay, there you have all of these options, and then click on return to the user list. And you haven't view or download the user password. If you continue, okay, cannot retrieve that. So remember this thing in the future. Instead you must create a new password for the user. So I already copied and paste, and I would recommend you to download this CSV on your local system because you're learning, right? So you could do it, or later on you can come back over here and recreate the or reset the password for the user. Okay, and you could see for this user automatically this okay, on this user, like you could see the summary. Okay, console enable without MFA. Okay, I have already explained you how you can create or enable the MFA. Then you have create access key if you want to, but we don't need, and never login, never sign in. Here in permission, if you see, this is the policy which we added. But here the interesting fact, AWS managed job function type and attached via group. Okay, and if you want to see, so that's why group name is really important when you are managing, you are administrator of the cloud. Usually these things you get when you go to the company. These are the predefined group, or if you are setting up first time for your client, so maybe check with the client. Okay, or maybe put your brain into this and give a meaningful name that you can recognize later. Okay, and there are again the permission boundaries you could also see over here. So we are happy at the moment with this user has been created. These are the roles policies in this site. Okay, you could see over here there are so many policies, and I mean so many, here the number are there, 1398, almost everything. But sometimes you have to come across where you really need to create policies. Okay, and this is a part of the AWS administration and the security as well. So as I said, if you want me to go make a detailed video on this, okay, or the access and all these things, feel free to drop in the comment, give your feedback. Yes, we'll do one. So now we have created the user account. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sign out from this user. Okay, and let me see on this screen, it has gone. Let me close this as well. Okay, so let's go back to the sign in option. And now you could see before we went to sign in as a root user. So if you want to use like this, but in our case, we have to log in as a IAM user. Okay, so either provide your account or alias. So I'm not gonna using this screen. I'm going to go ahead and do something like this, sign in, this one. Okay, and here it says account ID or alias or something like that. So in both the case, let me close this one. Okay, so we have IAM user. So for to identify I'm a user, right, you have to first provide the account, this 12-digit ID, or alternatively when we copy the account link, right? So go over here, copy this link in the URL over here which we copied, and when I click on this, so you could see automatically account name has been taken over here. And I said remember this account. Okay, then IAM user, we know this SOC, right? And then we have to put a password, then come over here, then put a password. Then if you want to show or if you want to see whether password is correct or not, go ahead and use this option. Then I'll click on sign in. So not now, I don't want this password manager to look or keep my password over here. So I'm completely fine with that. So this is this account screen. Okay, you see again first time, and one thing actually I forgot to mention over here inside the settings and next to setting this one. Okay, what is this Europe Stockholm? So this would be different for you. By default it's chosen as a default or nearest location to you. Okay, these are the um, different region. Okay, and so select whatever is next to you. There are 17 regions that are not enabled for this account. Everything is we'll see later on. Okay, so in your case whatever is next to you, you could select on this, otherwise it will automatically come over here. Okay, so let's go back. So so far we have created, we have learned how we can create account, how we can provide access to a user. We also created a user. Now it's time to go ahead and create resources. Okay, so very first thing, again I would like to do something EC2. Okay, put in favorite, uh, click on this, or either you can click on that as well, however you like. Okay, and then if you come on this, so you this dashboard, okay, this is very interesting. You could see I have key pair 1, security group 1, and placement group, and all these things you can see over here. Instance are running 0, and in this especially, okay, this is your dashboard, this is global view. You are coming on that in instances. So in EC2 instances means it's a service they call name EC2 instance. It means basically you are creating a server over there. So you can go instance type, launch template. Okay, here the important thing, AMI catalog, which we will see later in data and infrastructure as a code Terraform. Okay, this you should know where you can get what. Okay, and then volumes you can find over here, snapshot. So volumes are simple, the storage which you create. Okay, and there is also option network and security. Okay, we are visiting it again, security options, security group. You will be dealing with this option several times, so remember this. You can find it over here. If you need a static IP, you can create using elastic IP. So this is static IP will be created, but be careful, you have to assign it and check the pricing for this. Okay, that placement group, and then key pairs, network interface, and load balancer. Okay, so everything you can find, this is very important. Okay, so you can find all these things over here. Let's go back to instances, click on this, or if you're on dashboard, here you have option launch instance. Okay, and if you are in instances, okay, so you have also the option launch instance. So I'm gonna click on this and come back over here. Then I'm gonna give a name, let's say the secure web server or web app, whatever you want to give a name. Okay, then you have opportunity to select your own operating system. On it means whatever you would like to. So when I click on this Mac, so you notice over here. Okay, when I click again on Amazon Linux. Okay, if you are using if you are familiar with the CentOS RHEL based system, this is the where you have to use those commands. Okay, for simplicity, uh, as we already learned Ubuntu in our day one, so I'm going to use this one. And here you could see free tier eligibility. So keep in mind, so my account has created before 15th July 2025, right? And that's why I have a different option for you. Always see which are the free tier for you. Okay, so keep your cost monitored. Okay, don't uh, create any resources, otherwise it will cost you, and you have to pay, and you will be responsible for that. So choose accordingly whatever in your plan. Okay, in your free plan. Then after that, here we have created operating system. If you want, you can also create this one. Okay, and check which are the free for you. Okay, for me Ubuntu is okay, so I'm going to select that one, free tier eligibility. And in this you could see before when I started T2, yeah, T2 micro was the machine which was eligible for free tier. Okay, and now you could see they have came up with the family T3. It means maybe it's a third generation, right? And which is the configuration over here you could see. And yep, here we go. everything, the information available over here: on demand Ubuntu Pro best pricing like this, RHEL best pricing like this. So you can read about more. Okay. And if you want to see all, click over here, all, or compare instance types, everything you will get over here. Then here there is option create a new key. So for me, I already added, okay, one key over here. So I'm going to use this, but in your case, you can create a new, okay, RSA. And if you see over here, if you are on Windows and using uh, PuTTY software or similar something, so you can go ahead and download this one. Okay, this is important. But nowadays Windows also support SSH directly, so you can give a name to a key. So let's say test key or test key to be deleted. Okay, so I will remember I have to delete this and this one, and then it says create key pair. I've done, it says okay, allow, you can change the website, allow, I'm allowing. So SSH key has been downloaded, and after that, once you select, so where it has gone, this one. Okay, now this key has created, and once you done with the creating the EC2 instance, then it will give you the instruction how you can access this. So I'm also going to tell you how you could do this at a moment, but instead of that, I'm going to use this one. This is my local key. The link is already put in the description, how you can create your own SSH key and add into this AWS account. Okay, so custom one. And after that, the networking details. So here again, the option create security group and select existing one. So I'm going to find a default. So that's okay for me. We will use, but if you want to create a security group, don't just do like this. Okay, then come over here, click on edit. Then if you see the name of the security group, especially over here, okay, so security group name required. So launch wizard dash one. So I don't want to give it a name something like this. So if you are creating your own security group, click on edit. Okay, and after edit, the network settings, come over here and edit, given a name over here. Okay, but I'm using select existing one. I'm fine with the default one, and whatever you select, remember the name of the security group. So I have selected default. Then rest everything is okay. This is free tier eligibility up to 30 GB of EBS, but I'm fine with okay, let's go ahead and make it 30 GB. Why not? I'm using one instance only. So free tier eligibility, customer can get up to 30 GB EBS general purpose SSD or magnetic storage. I think 30 is also too much for me. 20 is okay. Let's see. If you make any changes in any of these steps, okay, please be careful about the costing. Don't come back after me. Okay, you get charged for this. So always remember, be careful whenever you are adding any of the things or using any of the service. Always check the pricing. Okay, so for you, go with the default one. These are some also advanced details if you want to. So at the moment, it's not a good idea to go with this one. So here it's sufficient. Here you could find more details about this one. So this is the summary. Okay, we are using Ubuntu 24 AMD, this one, virtual server type, this one, firewall like this, storage volume I have selected 30 GB, and I don't know if I charge, then I will see this later. Here there is option launch instance and preview code. So click on this first, and here you will find, so before this option was not available. Okay, now this is the whatever you have done with the UI, you get the command for that. So copy it, paste it, and see, or you can also download, and if you're interested, you maybe like to check it. Okay, so close preview. So I'm gonna close it, and you could also like this and click over here, and after that launch instance. So our instance is going to be launched. Okay, it's done. Click on this one, or either you can click on instance. So I'm clicking on this to access it fast, right, like this. Okay, additionally, if you on instance, so later on you can come back over here and you see, and if you see, let's say I change the region, then what happened? So sometimes this happen when you come back and you will be not able to see your instance. Okay, so always check where you had created the resources. Okay, and if we go to the dashboard, you could see we do not able to see any of the running. But if I change this to back Stockholm, then you could see my running instances. See, and additionally, sometimes it's possible you are not able to see. So click that one second. So yeah, here all strat. So if it is running, then it will show you running. If you want to see all strat, click on or select this one. You will be able to see all the instances, okay, the servers which you are running. And if you see instance type is running and initialize, okay, so status check is initialized, so it is being initialized. We need to wait until it shows us a green. Meanwhile, we can go ahead and see it's what we have in instance. So this is a summary of instance where you could see the instance ID, this one, public address of instances, this one. Let's copy this, and private IP address, this one is EC2. The DNS name of this EC2 instance is this one. Okay, what VPC it is in, what subnet it is in. Okay, these are the networking things. All the things you will find over here. Okay, details are also over here. Here, if you click on security, so you could see the security group which we had selected. Okay, and if you go in default, and here it says this one. So this default security group already have this two things are configured. So let me do one thing. We will come back on this one, 3000. Okay, so at the moment, SSH, if in your default group, SSH is not defined, so click on the add rule, and here type SSH, okay, and after that custom, and select like this, or my IP. When you click on this, there is option my IP, so choose that. So SSH access will be limited to the IP or your IP. Okay, I'm not gonna do that at the moment, but when you are doing, do it. So let me save it. We'll open the port again. We don't need 3000 at the moment. SSH 22 port is enough for us. Let's come back to our instance. Okay, and now if you check, if you see, when we see over here status checks, 3 of check passed through. Now our instance is running as well as accessible. So in order to access, what I'm going to do here, there is if you see over here, now our instance is ready. Now it's time to connect. So here is option connect. So there is an option you can directly connect via like this. Okay, session manager, it's not okay at the moment, and this was the thing I was talking about. So you have to, if you have chosen, right, the key, whatever you have created your own this one key. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to open SSH client, locate the private key file. Okay, use launch instance in. So I have chosen this one. In your case, you will get what file or the key which if you created your own. Okay, then it says chmod 400. So go to it says locate your private key file. So find where is your private key file. You have to perform this operation, okay, where your file is. Okay, in my case, it is in on my local system. Okay, connect to your instance using the public DNS. Okay, then after using this, you can do something like this. This is your DNS, and so this example you can simply copy and paste, and but you must be inside where your SSH PEM key file is there. Okay, so SSH dash I, okay, and the key file. Okay, this is the key file, and then Ubuntu is the username at the rate this one. This is one of the way. Second way, you can also click on EC2 instance over here and connect. So you will be able to see in the browser. So initially go ahead and do with this one, this approach. Okay, and we are good to go. Okay, so you could perform the action, all the action over here. So for me, I'm gonna exit this one or log out, right, and then close this one. So our EC2 instance has been created, and we can access the instance as well. Okay, so far we have created a user. Okay, second, and if you see, of course it's the same one, but this one is the admin user, it is not the root user. Okay, so we have created this. In next step, we are going to create a database. For that, I will type over here in service search bar RDS and make it favorite. Click on this. So you could see the click on the dashboard. Okay, sorry, databases, and create database, or if you have any, you could able to see the dashboard over here. And here also option to create a database. So I'm going to create one database. You can also choose easy option if you are interested in. And then for example, not for example, we have create a Postgres. And if you see, I got the option free tier. Okay. And if you have any confusion, anything, so there is, yeah, here we go, Amazon Q. Okay, it's there, AI based agent. You can ask, and you will get the result over here. Okay, or if you want, you can click on this and go to support center and post a question over there, or check with them or documentation if you have any confusion regarding your billing. So don't go ahead until and unless you know, you're sure about the what you're doing, especially when you're doing it first time. Okay, because when you get invoice in dollar, and it maybe or might be, or it would be too much for you, so better to confirm about the pricing first. Okay, so as you see, in easy option we have everything is very easy to create. So instead of that, I'm gonna go ahead and do lots of customization, and you can use it very easily, no worries at all. So standard create, then PostgreSQL, that's what we are gonna create. Whatever you want to create this one. I'm fine with this. Aurora is MySQL compatible, Aurora PostgreSQL compatible. I'm using this one. After that, here, whatever engine you would like to use it, select it. And so I'm fine with this version, PostgreSQL 17.4 R2. Then for me, from the template, okay, so here if you see, let's see, this is production, and I select this one. So you could see still I have this option, right? And either I can select the deployment option. Okay, multi availability zone, database instance deployed 2 instances. Here it says read, write, and read replicas. Okay, so 3 instances. In this case you have 3 instances, in this case you have 2 instances. Okay, but not endpoint, and that will work like this. So go ahead and read about if you want to, but when we are starting, please go ahead and use this first of all, make yourself familiar. Okay, and after that explore further option. So we are fine with this single instance and availability zone. Make sure you are in your instance. Okay, so for me, when I created instance which was in Europe, Stockholm, so make sure when you're creating instance, so resources should be in the same one. Okay, otherwise you have to do a lot of work. Then here it says database one, so instead of one I would say database the sock cube web server. Then after that it says, okay, master username, so give it like this. And it says, so this is your master username. Okay, so give whatever name you like. So I'm fine with the username Postgres because it's just test, right? Then credential manage, so either you can ask, so I select this one, and AWS will create manage secrets for you. And but this time I'm gonna self manage. You can auto generate it, something like this. So put a master password, so this is your master user, and here we will give a name. Okay, so the password is the same like Postgres. Okay, 123, don't keep this password, I'm just putting it for the simplicity. If you don't want to take overhead, just click on this and the password will be generated automatically. Okay, all right, so we have given a password, and I hope it should match. Okay, it's getting matched. Then here we have the option. Okay, leave it default. Okay, we are doing the free trial eligible, so we have only this one. Okay, I mean, sorry, they are T4 3 and T4 both. So by default it has selected this one, 1 GB RAM, both are the same one. Configuration wise, just read. So make sure it should be the free tier eligible. Okay, it should not be, so keep it in mind. And after that, leave this details as is. And if you see the when I select advanced, okay, so here in this case, when you go with the easy one, most of the details you won't be able to see, but in connectivity tab you will be able to see this one. Don't connect to an EC2 compute resources. We want to connect to an EC2 compute resources. Okay, and why? So we want to access EC2 compute or EC2 service to database. That's why we are choosing this. And here you could see, here we have this option, the server which we have created. Select this one, and some of the VPC settings, read about this, what happened. I find it, so I want EC2 service to be communicate with the, yes, this one, my database. That's why I have selected this one. After that, you have option, choose existing, automatic backup. Let's say something like this. Okay, so subnet group one or whatever. So as I say, keep it default, automatic setup. Then public access, no. Okay, then VPC, choose existing one, rest leave it as is, default. Okay, password authentication and database engine inside the standard, and so on and so forth. Let's leave this all this as is, and we create. Make sure you don't click any other option, and if you are choosing any other option, always go ahead and check about this pricing. Create database. Okay, so database will be created. What I have done, okay, is going to created. And now if we come over here, let's explore what we have got. So here you could see connectivity and security, and this is the endpoint. So endpoint, it means your, consider this as a name of your host when you are doing an on-prem or IP address of your database server where your application can connect. Okay, and if you see, we did not choose any of this thing. One security group, okay, RDS EC2-1, okay, this security group is there. Okay, and once it is going to be created, then we will visit it again and we see more information. And here if you see monitoring, of course, logs over here, configuration over here. In configuration you may find more information if you want to. And yeah, so data migration, maintenance and backup. So, okay, auto mirror version upgraded, enable, and so on and so forth. So explore these options. Okay, so for time being, we are waiting for this endpoint, and once it is there, then we will be using this one. So now our database is there. Next, so far, first we created a user which is in IAM. Select like this, and if we go over here in IAM, identity access management. Okay, so one user has been created. It says again, so add yourself as a multi-factor authentication. So one group, one user, the roles, these are created. Then after that, we created this EC2 instance, and this EC2 instance is running. It is in the Stockholm, this region. Then we have created a database. Okay, and or to see this, so maybe database like this or database instances. So one instance is there and still it is weak. So let's, meanwhile, while it is going to be created, meanwhile, let's go ahead and create a bucket. So bucket is very simple kind of storage in the cloud. It's similar to like when you create a folder on your server. Okay, so that kind of thing, we have a S3 buckets. So let's create one. Let me click on this. All right, so we do not have any bucket. If we want to see more over here, we don't have anything general purpose buckets. Let's click on this, or either I can also click on this and come over here to create a bucket. Okay, so general purpose in this left side. Okay, I clicked on this and then I create a bucket, something like this, and I would like to give it a name. This cube front end dash sets. You can give whatever name you would like to, but we are going to use this later on. So I'm giving this name, the cube front end assets. All right, then reason name, as I said, it must be the same as for your the resources you have created before. So it's the same. Again, Europe, here we go, Europe Stockholm, right? Okay, so oh god, okay, name, we have to give it a name again. Mm, the socket dash front and assets. The socket front end assets. Okay. After that, you have to select object ownership. So, okay, it should be disable is fine. Okay, if you have ACLs, so go ahead and enable this and do something over here. But for me, ACL disable is fine. Let's make it like this so we can see everything. And after that, block all public access. So in this one, you have to uncheck this. Okay, and even as soon as you have done this, unchecked it, you get kind of a warning over here. So I acknowledge, I know what I'm gonna do. So that's fine. Bucket versioning disable and leave rest everything default. Okay, and after that, back over here. And so this is the okay overall configuration. We had just given a name, these of three front end assets. Then ACL is recommended. Okay, disabled. Then enable, I mean uncheck this one, then acknowledge this one settings. And yes, I know what I'm doing, that's why we are enabling the public access. Okay, and create it. Okay, so once it is there, then click on this and let's click first. And if you see, we have properties, permissions, the metrics, management, access points. So for time being, we want to go in the permissions. And here, okay, let's edit this. And for this, there is a one policy. And as I said before, right, these are the easiest way to do. All right, so in this, what's important for us is this is the statement ID, allow public read, it's fine, effects. Okay, so we are allowing, and to whom we are allowing, everybody. Principal, it means everybody allow. And here we have option S3 get object. So get object, it means they can read and download. And the resources, okay, so resources, bsock front end assets, and inside this, whatever people can read and download. I'm fine with that. We have changed the policy, save it over here, and we are fine, we are done. All right, so far we have created I am a user, okay, which is tsock cube. After that, we created EC2 instance, then we created the database, okay, then a bucket. So let's go ahead and see the database. Okay, hopefully it should work. Available, okay, it is available. And we may find the more information over here. We got the endpoint, so let me copy this and put it somewhere safe on my other screen so we can use this later. Okay, and here we go. But this is the summary. You could find it over here. We have a VPC. We have a security group details over here, which security group is added, right? Then we have availability zone, VPC, subnet, and certificate, and so on and so forth. Okay, you also have configuration information. If you come over here, so you may find the other details if you are interested in. Okay, especially this one. Okay, always remember to keep in mind this reasons. Okay, monitoring is also one of the things. You could find it over here. So we have done this many resources. I would like to tell you one more thing. Let's go to the dashboard and budget, billing and cost management. So let's put it over here, go over here. And of course, it is not a root account, so that many of the things it is not able to access, and that's why I'm fine with that. I don't want to show the email address, other details. That's why I'm showing you with this account. But you have option getting started. Okay, so and here you could see the bills, all the bills related information you will find. Of course, this user does not have access. Payments, credit, purchase order, okay, and cost of organization. So you will find here the interesting one, the budget. Okay, so click on the budget and it says create budget. So as this user is a admin user, right, and you can create a budget. And for example, use a template simplified billing view. Okay, let's click, and here it says zero spend budget. Okay, so for this monthly cost budget or daily, so whatever you like, just select budget for you. Okay, my it's already given over here, email address, separate email address. So if you want to send email, right, alert notification, provide a name over here, scope given like this. Okay, so let me give it a name, dsocube @dsocube.com. Okay, and scope template setting all leaves as is. Okay, and create a budget. So one budget has been created, and if you go over here, so whenever you do spend, okay, so again you are not so remember these things. If you assign admin, so in cloud, of course, this point has come up, so I'm explaining you the costing. It's different. Okay, you won't be administrator. It doesn't mean you're allowed to see all the things. Okay, so because of the security things, it has been not shared with everyone. So but take a time and explore, okay, saving plans, what you have, and all these things. Okay, so I've shown you all this stuff, and I think this is enough on the hands-on part, and we are almost, not almost, now we are ready to move on to the next part, okay, which is our project deployment. So that we will do. So let's switch back to our presentation, and then we will see what do we have. Then we will come back over here and start building or deploying our application. Okay, so far here what we have learned in this part 2, okay, which was the hands-on. So here we have learned how we can create account, how we can create a user, okay, and how we can give a permission to a user, how we can secure our account. And after that, we created an instance, the server, EC2 instance. We also learned how we can do the access and the configuration for that. Then we created a database which is based on the Postgres, and lastly we created a S3 bucket to put some other information over here. Okay, so that's it on chapter 2, and now we reach to chapter 3. Okay, and again it's completely hands-on. So we are gonna deploy our web app in the resources which we have created, and for that uh, let's switch back to the console. All right, so let's go ahead and deploy our project. So for that, go to EC2 instance, then you have option instance running, and oh my god, what happened? Running all straight. All right, so if you see, we have created an instance, but we cannot access it. So reason is very simple. I told you, always check over here. Okay, don't panic. So click on this. We have created in this region, so that's why it was not showing. Now it is there. Let's click on this, and we have option connect. Okay, and if you don't want to do that, you also have option just select this and directly connect over here. Okay, and if you go ahead and click like this, and your session will be open for you, and after that you will be able to do. Okay, if you don't want to do this, so you have another option, connect SSH client, and you had to download. Okay, remember when we created the instance, and if you create your own key, okay, I didn't create, I mean on key, it means the key which is managed by the AWS. Okay, and where you can find this over here. Okay, key pairs, this option, network and security key pairs. So remember what you have done, you will find it over here. Let me go back here, and after that follow this instruction, and then you have to I mean, once you're following this instruction, after that simply just copy paste this, and you will be able to log into your EC2 instance. Okay, for me it's a this is my workstation where I'm gonna log in it. So there is a separate video I've created how you can create SSH keys as well as access your EC2 instance and configure everything. So check out the description if you want to, but I already explained you. Follow that instruction and do this. So for me, SSH, and I have done the web server. Okay, the name is this cube. web server. Okay, access it. So these configuration methods are really easy when you have to configure or manage multiple servers. Okay, so that's how we log in, and if you see 17.31.38.230, so this was the IP of instance. If you see host name, okay, so this is the host name, IP 172.31.38.230. So, and this is the user name, which we already discussed in day one, part one, all the Linux. I mean, so far we learn everything, whatever we need to know. Okay. And now on this front, what I'm going to do, I have one AWS, okay, which is not over here. So at the moment, we do not have anything over here. And now what we are going to do on my this terminal, I mean, on my local machine over here, I have created one project. Let's get it open in Visual Studio Code. Okay, it says trust. Yeah, I trust the author of all files in this parent folder. Okay, so I trust to this. Welcome screen is closed. So there are three part over here. This is front end and back end. So in front end, the structure of project is like this: front end, back end, and in back end I have some environment files, okay, which I'm going to show you. No worries, because it's just a test, and after that I'm going to delete everything. Then I have package.json, which is in Node, and I have some of the index file. Let's open this one, incognito, uh, control O. Let's say index.html. And if we see, so yeah, I know it is not reflecting, okay, some of the things, but that's fine. So it's a website, okay, where we have registration form, okay, and then we have a resources. In resources you could see all the our DevOps engineer library training program details over here, right? So this is the training resources. Okay, we can, and similarly we also have events. So yes, these are the upcoming events, and yeah. So if you want to register, so this one is very coming soon shortly. Okay, and if you go ahead, and there is option where you can register and become a member, then we will provide the information, okay, and we will submit, and the data will get stored in our database. So that's the main thing. That's why it is multi-tier, and as I said, it's very simple website, nothing fancy over here. It is just under the construction. It is not done even yet. So this is just for the demo at the moment. But yes, we are working on that part. And additionally, yes, if you would like to work on live project, we do have. So there is a separate contact details or registration contact form, okay, in the description. Go ahead and contact us, or you may also connect on our social media, or contact details already there, where you can find. So here you can find all the social media details. For example, if I click on this, so yeah, this website is still under construction, okay, and these are of course it's working. YouTube, GitHub, yeah, and LinkedIn, Instagram, everything you may find over here. Okay, so at the moment, I'm gonna log in. So let's go ahead and this as well. Okay, so everything is working. It is under construction, under construction. Okay, uh, that's the website we are gonna deploy. Let's go ahead and build it, and we'll fix all these things step by step. So I just give you the overview. Okay, and for that, what I'm gonna do first of all, in this, let me close this as this. Oh God. Show welcome message on starter we don't want. All right. So Here I have some CSS icons, images. Okay, these are the part of the front end. I have some deployment instruction which are mentioned over here. Then I have a backend. Okay, I also tested it as a in a Docker container where the front end, backend, database, everything is running inside the container. Okay, but for this our demo, we are going to deploy this in on our EC2 instance. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it first. So first thing first, to see this, okay, pages, first of all, let's move this code to the AWS server. Okay, so here we do not have any code at the moment. So what I'm gonna do, we can do something like this. SCP. Okay, so this is the command, this is the demo, and the name is web server. Okay, there are multiple ways we can do. This code is already also on GitHub repository, but it is in internal, okay, not publicly available. So when code is on the GitHub, you can also clone it directly from there on your EC2 instance. Okay, here in my case, I am just copying my local code on this location. So let's hit enter, and already SSH key has been already configured. So see, it's very simple. You really do not have to provide the SSH key again and again. Okay, but you are starting, so I would recommend you to use the key path, okay, the manual way which we discussed, and after that come back and see this one. And now we have this folder over here, so I'll go in this directory. Then I have a backend, cd backend, and inside that we have a file. Okay, what file do we have? So we can see over here env, and you could see, let me update this. Okay, so uh so what I'm gonna do, I'll go over here. Okay, so we need to stick in this, otherwise I have to log in again, and I don't want to do that. So I'm in connectivity and security over. I'm copying this endpoint, and I'm gonna explain this over here. Okay, and if you see, this one, PG port 5432, user is this one, password is this one, and database is also this one. So I'm fine. Okay, it's just for testing, so I'm gonna use this one. Okay, and once again, let me do one thing. Let me send it back, updated information. Okay, so we got everything. How to deploy on EC2 RP, part 1 of 1. Okay, all everything in this repository. Then I go back over here. Then I let me check env. Env is correct. Okay, so especially pay attention to host. Okay, otherwise you will end up with lots of troubleshooting. Okay, so we are done now. In order to access our website, what we have to do? Yes, so first we have to install Node. Okay, Express. So sudo apt install node.js. Okay, so sudo apt install node.js. I say yes. So it is not what happened. Okay, so it does not have the repository over here. So what we can do, we can go to the node website, nodejs.org. Okay, here we have option get node.js. Let's click on this, and it says Linux NVM using. All right, no worries. Maybe let me see if we have something. Okay, so it's a general purpose. You can also have a different. Okay, in our case we have this one with npm yarn or pnpm, whatever. So I'm fine with npm, and it says copy this script to the clipboard. Let's do it one by one. So of course it says download and install. Then you could also mention about the node version manager. Okay, and 22 version, okay, and node is this one, and so on and so forth. So let me just do this thing, curl. All right, so let me copy this. We come back over here and let's install. Okay, so it's done. Then it says, okay, in lieu of restarting the shell, okay, we are fine. Then clear the screen, just over here, we are done. Then npm install 22 downloaded and install node.js, and it says verify the node.js version like this. So I'm fine. Let's copy this node npm install. All right, then yes, we need to check this version. So node-v 22 and npm, okay, -v. All right, so we got everything what we need. Now next step, okay, so in next step what we have to do, so node is already there. Now we have to, as I said, we have already created this one, okay, all the environment variables. So now we need another package, okay, in order to use this. So execute a command npm install, okay, .env, and we need this to load the environment. Okay, so we have executed. Remember, I'm executing this in backend. So npm install .NET. 21 packages are looking for understanding, looking for funding. Sorry, not understanding. Oh my bad. And we did not get any of the error. Okay, this is the first thing we have to do. Next thing, uh, let's run the server npm start. Okay, so what happened? Failed to apply schema at startup. Okay, and authentication failed for user desoccupy. Okay, and if we see our .env file, so let me see what I have copied and pasted. So when we created this user, what it's showing on the login, which user it is not able to find. Okay, the user dsoc3. Okay, error failed to apply schema. Okay, so what we are gonna do now, vim.env, and let's change the dsoc. Okay, and here let's put the Postgres. Okay, we have loaded here the screen and npm start. All right, so yep, server is running on 3000. Resolve this one, front end directory exit, true, ensure db schema, okay, is there, and the create a table if not access. So registration name, the table was created over here. Now let's access the website. So for that, again, we'll go back over here, EC2 instance, go over here, running, select this one, and I can also open address here, something like this, or I can also copy this one and put it like this, and port is 3000. Okay, so we'll put 3000 over here. Similarly, untitled, also put 3000 something over here. Okay, so it's not like this. So okay, so this is the IP address where we have put the port, and we are not able to access it at all. Okay, and yes, this is the simulated scenario. So what you have to do in this one, mm, security, right? In security, this is the default security group, okay, which we have created. So not created, we have added this at the time of instance creation. We have created this rule. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, SSH, let's give it the name, something like that. And now we edit this, okay, and we add a rule, and we add the rule for the custom TCP, and port is 3000. Okay, and in your case, click on this and choose the my IP. Okay, but for testing, I'm fine with this. Let me save the rule, and here let's say the sock cube website. Okay, so we have enabled this, and let's see if we can access this. All right, so now our web is accessible as soon as we have opened the port 3000. Okay, and always remember, when for example you access, there are some special I mean, these are tips for the uh, this one. If you are doing accessing SSH and it is taking longer time, okay, just waiting, so come over here and see the security group details. Okay, so for us, so the website has been installed, right, and we can access the on this. Okay, join the club, assign register resources. We could see the resources. Let's see whether it is working. We can also click on this, and if you want, we can welcome it. We can also, you can watch it on the website itself, whatever video you like. So that's okay. We could do, and yes, day 9 is coming over here, right? So that's fine. And after that, if I come back over here, registration and the contact and events, yeah, go ahead and also register for the Stop Linux. This is our brand new series coming up shortly, and registration will be open shortly as well. Okay, so enough on the promotion part. Let's come back and fix this one, the images which are not coming over here. But before that, uh, okay, let's do one by one. So for that, in order to do this, what we have to do, yeah, if we come back over here on the code in index. So in index, if you see this file, so this one, okay, here, this is the endpoint of the S3 bucket. So in our case, okay, it is like, copy this. Okay, so what I need to do, I have to upload this files to the server. Okay, not the server, to the bucket. So in that case, what I could do, I have simply the option, okay, where I could upload this. So there is command as well, and also let's see if we have something. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna access this over here. Okay, and for that, so for example, if I click on S3, and in S3 I have to click over here. Okay, then I have option to upload. Okay, and but I'm gonna create one folder over here with the name like images. Okay, small I, images. Don't specify encryption, create all good. Okay, so this folder has been created. We have to upload the files over here. So for that, upload, and here we have option add files or add folders. So either you could, if you don't want to create folder, that's fine. And otherwise, if like I have already created a folder, I have shown you, either you can add a folder directly as well. So I will add a files. Okay, and after uploading, come back over here. All right, so all the files I have added over here, and after that, upload. And once it is upload, then we will visit our website again. So let's come back over here and reload. So what happened? Okay, so some of the things has come up, some are not. Okay, okay, we do not have logo. Okay, so we do not have logo, so we, let me upload that as well. So we have all this. That's why the social media one, right? That's why we are able to see this. These images are over here. Web, YouTube, GitHub, LinkedIn, Insta, Facebook, X. Okay, so if I click something like this, so before it was showing alternate text of the image because image was not there, and we need a logo, right? So how we can do so same? I will go back over here and images. Then of course I will upload and add files. And once it is there, I'll be back. All right, let's upload this. So we are done with this, and let's see. All right, very nice, very beautiful. So our website is like this. We have the logo over here, and which is also working. So join the club and so on and so forth. Contact, and now it's time to see the registration, how it's worked. So now we have to register. So dsoccube is my full name. dsoccube @dsoccube.com. Hello dsoccube, I am interested in LOL. Just it's a simple message. So let's submit this. Okay, and once we submit, and then it's a registration successful. Thank you for joining dsoccube. We are excited to have you on board. You will hear from us soon, and next step for upcoming events. Okay, and then I'll go back to home. So my data is already stored in a database. Form was successful, but still it's just testing. So I thought to display this website, so I also get a chance to promote the website, which is coming shortly. And I will see about the website, the code, what code I can share. Don't worry for that, but at least I will put something so for your practice, so you could do your own. Okay, so that's it on this part on the project. So let me summarize what I have done. Okay, but I will put the steps for you as well. So first we created a IMA user. That was the optional. I just wanted to explain you something. That's why I did that. So let's go one by one. So we, let me first explain. So you need to create EC2 instance. Okay, after that you need to create a database and allow database access inside. So EC2 instance can communicate with the database. Okay, and then we created S3 bucket where we have put all the images, and because of that, those images, our website is looking very beautiful. Okay, all this image, and this is, there are several other use cases as well. You can use the S3 bucket for in real life. Okay, this is one of the use case I came across. It says, okay, delete object, so permanently delete. And also I will show you how you can delete it and keep your cost under control, and also good for your practice as well. Okay, so let me copy this. Permanently delete. Let's see, permanently delete. Okay, once it is done, you have mentioned like this. Okay, then this button has enabled, and after that we will get some error. Okay, no error, successfully delete the objects. Okay, so we have deleted the objects. If you try to delete directly the S3 buckets, okay, it won't allow you to delete directly. Okay, and if you come over here and when we refresh, so you could see everything has gone. Okay, we do not have images. The static images can be uploaded over here, or information, for example, come brochure of the company, okay, or something there you want user to be download, you can put publicly over here, and this can be used. Okay, and after that, let's come back, and now we don't need this anymore, so we are going to delete this, but it says it is not, so we have to empty the bucket, and it asks over here. Okay, that's a good practice. I mean, that's really good. You accidentally won't delete it. So again, I miss the last E, and I put that, and now it's done. Okay, and now if I click over here, this one, S3 bucket back, and again, because that strap only empty the bucket. It did not delete the bucket. Okay, so buckets, select this one, and here we have option to delete, and now it is asking me to write the name of your bucket, so cube asset. So I'm fine with that. Boom. Okay, now it's gone. And of course, if it is no more, so we will get something like this. After that, what we have to do then, next step, we have to delete the database. Okay, Aurora DB, and yep, come back over here, select this one, come in action, and there is option delete, and create a snapshot. I don't want to do that. Okay, retain automatic backup, I don't want to do that as well. Then why? Because it's a free account, right? And in free account, if you keep doing like this, you may or you might get charged for this. Okay, and so that's why keep it under control. Okay, and whenever you are deleting, please make uh, use the steps which are relevant to you. For I'm following and explaining you, okay, which are relevant to me as me. So delete me, okay, acknowledge the upon instance deletion, automated backup, including system, snapshot, and point in time recovery will no longer be available. To avoid accidental deletion, provide additional written consent. So yeah, I provided the consent, and boom, it is gonna be deleted. But still, our website will be there. But if I go ahead and again register this OQ user one, or let's say user one, okay, and user one at this cube.com, and also user one. Let's see what happened. Okay, so of course it's having some difficulty to access the database. Okay, so that's why of course it is gonna be failed. So just wanted to show you, so that's why let's come back over here, and now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna terminate, and I said skip OS shutdown. It's fine for me. Okay, and sometimes website will also be not accessible at all. Then next, what we are going to do, we have deleted this one, and let's come back to our dashboard and see what happened, what is running. All right, so Aurora RDS database, okay, which is still there. So it will take some time to delete completely. Once everything will be deleted, then what you have to do, then come back on this one, EC2 instance, then security group. So you could see there are 3 security groups are there. So select all, or maybe select one. Don't delete the default one. Okay, or maybe let's select all and let's see what happens. Be careful whenever you are deleting instances. There's anything. Okay, careful what you are deleting. So here it says will not be deleted. This is a default security group. Then we have will not be deleted one security group associated with that, and similarly same like this. So I will go in default one, added inbound rules, and delete this one, delete this one as well, because I don't need SSH anymore. And I go back over here. Okay, this RDS EC2, I will come back over here, edit inbound rule, and delete this one, come back over here, come back over here, and same for this as well. Okay, so there is no inbound rule, EC1 RDS for this. Okay, so now let's select all and try to delete, and let's see how many delete. Okay, so security groups are deleted, and let's see what security groups are deleted. Okay, this is not, and it's a security group attached to database. Okay, so you could see we are trying to delete, but we are not able to delete it as well. So this is still, it means database is not deleted. Okay, and after that, if I come back over here, IAM, sorry, here, and if I do like this. Okay, so I'm going to delete this one. Let me confirm this. Okay, so deleting user, this one, and user deleted. Let me try to delete group as well. Okay, so I have to type admin, okay, and user group not delete. Okay, and yes, this user, what happened? Does not have permission to delete the group. Okay, see, okay, access denied. The security token included in the request is invalid. You do not have permission to perform this action. I cannot delete the group, and that's how you can create and delete the resources which we have created. Okay, so keep your cost under control. Don't use the resources which are not under the free tier. Okay, so special attention for that. And I already told you how you can create a budget for that. So billing and this one, billing and cost management, you can go over there, and after that you can, yes, create a budget over here. Okay, so that's it on this part. So I try to explain the project, okay, and the concept as much as I could. I will create a short app out of this version, or I will check if I can upload the entire website, okay, for you, so you could do the practice, and you could do the practice. So that's it on the project part. And I would also like to invite you, if you want to work on the live project, please contact us. Team will be get in touch with you. That's the opportunity we could provide from our side additionally in order to this tutorial. Okay, so feel free to check that out, and let's switch to our presentation. So if you have any questions, any thought, any comments, please feel free to drop them in comments. We'll try our best to reply those, but please do provide your feedback. That will help us to make it even better. As I always say, and we would love to stay in touch with you on this social media. If you have any questions, you can also contact and get in touch with us. Okay, and what coming next? So in the next tutorial, that is our day 10, and we will learn the infrastructure as a code. And in that, we are going to learn Terraform. So the resources which we have created manually, in next we are going to create with the code. Okay, so that we will see in next one. And of course, as I already mentioned, if you have any questions, anything, provide any feedback, please provide or ask question. We definitely answer. And if would also like to suggest any topic, okay, to go more into detail or in depth, please feel free to do so. And you can also contact on this email ID. And I would like to say thank you each and every one of you for your kind support and love, yes, for providing to our channel. Thanks very much for that. So see you in the next one with more. Until then, bye bye.